Out with the old and in with the new. I haven't just bought a fresh pair of running trainers, these are so-called super shoes, using technology that can make even a middle-aged man run with a renewed spring in his step.
It's like running with a pair of mini trampolines strapped to your feet. Normally when you're running, you lose a lot of energy when your foot hits the ground. And obviously the longer your foot's on the ground, the slower you go. These shoes return that energy to you very quickly and spring you forward into your next stride.
I think this shoe will be part of my legacy.
When Kenya's Eliud Kipchoge became the first man to break the 2-hour barrier in the marathon, albeit in an unofficial race, he did it in super shoes. Since their arrival in 2016, times run by top male marathon runners have improved by 2%. It's slightly more for women.
What we're going to see in the sport is going to be a race between the manufacturers rather than the race between the athletes. An analogy could be Formula One racing. If you're comparing two teams, a $1 billion team versus a $100,000 team, if there's such a thing, you know, the driver is no longer important. What's more important is the car.
Athletics' world governing body reject that argument, saying what's inside these shoes is strictly regulated.
So after our highly scientific shoe destruction experiment here in the main press centre, this is what we're left with. 40 millimetres of foam is allowed in a road running shoe, and then there's the carbon fibre plate here, and it's the scoop design of the carbon fibre plate that's the key that directs the energy back to the runner.
The scoop shape of the plate essentially gives you a propulsive force in the right direction every time you need it to when you're going through your foot strike pattern. Then there's the weight of the shoe, so it's a lot lighter than the rival shoes at around about 187 grams. All of these factors combine to around about a 4% improvement in running economy or reduced cost of running at a given speed.
The head of World Athletics, Sebastian has a vested interest in making sure the rules are followed. Earlier this year, Coe's British indoor 800-metre record was broken by a runner wearing a track version of the super shoe.
Look, every shoe that's going to be utilised by the athletes has been checked and evaluated. We have a working group that's done that. The broader discussion is always about the balance between innovation and mechanical advantage, but for the very first time we do now have a system to be able to evaluate that.
What's in no doubt is that this technology is changing top-level athletics and the speed of my early morning jog. Andy Richardson, Al Jazeera, Tokyo.